Hello? Hello? Is that the stream? Hello? Is that Okay, so we are starting our draft right now. I was told that this is a fearless draft, and fearless draft, if you guys don't know, is there are no bans, but for some reason we did have a Skarner ban, a little cheeky Skarner ban up there. But there are no bans. But once you play a champion once, you can't play it again. Um, in the next matches. I also know that this is kind of like a weird game. It's a best of 5, but if the score is 1-1 after game 2, next game wins. So that is the format of today's matchup, and it is against the Scuttle Crabs versus HC Forum. So looking into the draft here, overall, like really solid picks. Obviously, none of these picks I really expected. They look more like comfort picks to me because, as we saw in Worlds, the meta was so much more different than here, than what we're seeing here. But this is a good thing. So let's look at blue side, who's picking right now. They're locking in the Vigard and Janna. So okay, so it's the Jinx Janna bot lane. So they do have tanky engage. Tanky engage is definitely there, and of course we have the facilitator Vigar mid. That is a solid pick, especially for control around objectives like Drake, Baron, and whatnot. So I feel like as the red team are finishing up their draft, they're going to round it out with Swain. Okay, so it looks like we have finished our draft here, and the swaps are being made. So here's the thing about these two teams. Yone Hullbreaker is got to be one of the most broken things that I've ever played against or ever seen played. So Yone is obviously a solid pick. If they lose out early, I feel like their early game, Red Side's early game is pretty strong. Simply because they have Set, which is early game beast. They have Yone. He's just so oppressive in lane. If he's running lethal tempo, it's pretty much impossible to play against this guy. Swain is also another solid early game pick. I mean, his pull, his root, it's so annoying because pretty much at like level 2, if you do get hit by that root, you will get killed. So we do have a lot of like D push over here on the other side, on the red side. I mean blue side. Sorry. We do have a lot of like sustain. We do have a lot of peel for that Jinx, especially with that Sejuani Malphite, Vigard, Janna. Like you're gonna be getting constant shield from the Janna. Vigar's gonna be constantly poking, spacing you out, and the Sejuani's just gonna be there constantly CCing you. So looking over it, like I feel like these two comps are kind of polar opposites. So we got the early game trading all in comp on the red team, and we kind of have this play safe poke comp on for the blue team. So with Malphite, you will be able to have like kind of that engage, especially paired with the Glacial Prison from Sejuani. So I feel like that they're able to kind of repel a lot of the tools of what the red team has. So yeah, it'll be an interesting matchup. Let's look here into the mid lane. It is the lane that I was looking at most when they were drafting. It's the one that I'm most interested in because the Yone Vigar. So what the Yone wants to do early is he would want to push in that lane and be able to roam pretty much anywhere because that upgraded movement speed in his E also gives him a little dash. He's just so mobile, especially level 6. He's just so mobile here. So I feel like what the Yone wants to do in this game is kind of just to push in that lane because Vigar, the only thing he can do is poke. I don't think his wave clear is that great. Not until the higher levels. So that Yone is going to be he's going to be able to help out the other lanes. And let's look at the top lane here. So the set into Malphite, I'm really curious to see what kind of build the set is going for. Um, because into their comp, I feel like he kind of doesn't really need to go tanky. Their main source of damage, they only have two sources of damage really, unless Malphite goes AP, but then they lose out on a tank, and that's some really valuable stuff that you're losing. So the Vygar Jinx, I feel kind of uneasy about like the damage output that they have. But yeah, we're just getting straight into the game. As yeah, so I feel like if the set does try to itemize more of a bruiser build, he's just gonna ult that Malphite straight into them and pretty much bomb them all. Okay. So we are getting into game here. It looks like we are going for a little 5-man bot lane cheese. The ward is going to be spotted out. That Swain isn't going to be able to find anyone as the set pops Ghost. And they're going to get nothing from that. So the red team, they are just going to pop that Ghost off that set. Not going to get much over there. They also lost a ward as well. So not looking too good, considering that the set is down a summoner spell. As the Malphite will have an advantage against that because he does have that slow in his queue. So I feel like that set it's not really like an insanely necessary solo or summoner spell that he has. He does have that flash for that survivability, as Kane is going to do that common Raptor start. That clear is insane. And oh my goodness, a root already happening in the bot lane. Some action already there. The Swain is going to be chunked out. He is going to have to back up there. So it's a solo trade. They get not a lot, and the bot lane are able to get a lot from that. And now Alex, he's just going to have to sit in that push and kind of wait for him to regen. He can't step up too much because he will be in trouble. And now in mid lane, there's also a trade going on there. He does have to pop that potion. So he is going to lose out on a little bit of that survivability in the mid lane, as first hero is going to be able to hit level 2 first. It looks like he's going for that aggressive positioning here in the top lane. And that Facebreaker is going to hit. They're kind of just punching each other here. And now they're just going to be able to walk away. The wave is pushing in the top lane. Now let's look here back at the bot lane. So there's a lot going on here. Both junglers are really, they're not really doing anything too aggressive, not especially that level 2 gank. I don't really think they can, especially because Kayn, he's really reliant on his form. So I won't be expecting to see much of the ultimates or much of the ganks coming until he's level 6, but he is in position to help out this bot lane as they are really pushed up. They're really pushed up here. They have no ward in that bush, and they're trading a lot as a lot of damage is going to go on that Jinx. She's going to be chunked down, and we have that Kayn here in the bot side. I think he's going to path down and probably look for a gank here. They don't have vision at all. So they are at half health. Sejuani is also in the area as well. They do have that ward, but that bush was absolutely empty. They're gonna get that Scuttle Crab. Kayn looking for some aggressive positioning on that ward over there. And now he's just gonna take that base as the Sejuani. She is in the area, so if they do try to tower dive, she can probably counter gank there. But actually, I think she might. Phoenix Shot is gonna look for something here. She's walking her way down. A root is gonna go. Oh my goodness, she misses the Q. That's gonna be first blood on the Sejuani. She missed the knockup, but she's able to retrieve it. She's able to get that first kill there onto that Swain. And now Dr. B, he can back here. You know, his wave is really pushed up here. And that wave that's coming in right now is gonna keep it there. So I think that the best case scenario is that he should probably leave, but they don't know that he's in there. As the Jinx is 1 HP. Aggressive positioning here in the mid lane as well. That Veigar is out of mana. And Sejuani checks that bush. And now Kayn is making his way up top. The Flash E, Ghost as well, is going to be used. Now Cosmic Sheepo is forced to use his Flash. That Malphite is running for the hills. And it looks like they're just going to keep running into the tower. That W is not enough. And Cosmic Sheepo lives with 1 HP. Now, 1 death power spike. I feel like what he could have done there is he could have went in there and started to tank the tower shots for that set. But that set was really eager to get onto that Malphite. And that is going to be another kill going on to the blue side. So TP is going to be used mid. And we're going to see... He's probably going to shove this, but Swain is making his way up. They don't have vision in that bush. And I feel kind of scared for this Veigar here. As, oh my goodness. The ult is going to hit. Veigar down to 1 HP is going to be last hit by that Swain. So that Yone ult was able to lock in and able to get that kill onto the Veigar. So this is really bad for the Veigar. He just used that TP and he doesn't have flash either. So now that the wave is crashing in, he's gonna lose that wave, and that Yone is gonna be able to grab that entire plate there. And now the set is gonna be targeted, is onto the iron sights of that Sejuani. He's looking to fight really aggressively. He does have level 6. That EW combo is gonna take down Cosmic Sheepo. Conqueror pops, but it looks like he already used that ult. And Phoenix Shot is just going to be able to walk away with his life. And it looks like he's going to opt for the back, as Cosmic Sheepo is going to TP. Here in the bot lane, Kayn is walking through that wall, as that Jinx is so low. That Ignite was not able to finish her off, as Kog'Maw is just able to one-shot her there. And that's a double kill. That's 2 kills for nothing on here for the red side. So they were actually leading pretty hard. As now in the mid lane, that's just going to be a solo kill for FaZe X Wizard. Oh my goodness, that champion is not balanced. As you can see, he is going for that. He did go for that early Nimbus cloak, so he was able to get a lot of extra damage, and he already finished his Greaves, which is like the one thing that you want to rush on Yone. So that was kind of his power spike there. As Vigar, he does have no mobility, so he's not going to be able to escape any of that. As the Mountain Drake is going to be secured by the red team, they're going to take their backs here, as they both have really insane items. Oh my goodness. And that's just going to be a solo ult. Flash is going to be utilized. Soul Unbound. Phase X Wizard going for another kill. Is going to find that Steel Tempest onto that Sejuani. That's just another solo kill for Yone. He is 2-0. He has a CS lead. He has almost a 20 CS lead here. Has a 200 gold bounty. That Vigar has almost no mobility to escape any of that. And now more stuff going down in the mid lane. That Vigar is just getting destroyed. He is going to sidestep that W though, but he is finally going to find his fate. As Phoenix Shot is here, trying to mitigate their losses, but I don't think he can do much. He still is level 5. He doesn't have that 6, and he still has that level 1 smite. And now the Jinx Rocket going into the top lane absolutely misses. So the Kayn, I feel like he should be close to his form. So at first we did see that blue side lead, but now everything is just moving in favor of the red team. Like this is what I said. This is what I said in the draft earlier. Like they have so much early game power. Oh my goodness. The Malphite ult is gonna hit, and first hero M is gonna be taken down by the tower, and Cosmic Shivo is gonna find a double kill, and he is just alive. That champion is so tanky. He already has that chain vest. He has that cloth armor, so he's just so tanky, and they weren't able to take him down. That's a double kill going on to the side of the blue. That is so big for them, but what can you do? What can you do with those 2 kills on a Malphite? I don't think that he's going to be able to carry. He's going to peel as the Janna ult Moonsawn is going to go out, as the Yone is going to take out 1. Everyone's just popping their ultimates as the Jinx, they're just going to kill them. Zoe's is going to go off. Dr. B is going to take the tower aggro, and Alex lives. That Swain is able to live. He does tank the tower shot. And oh my goodness, so much action going here in the bot lane. They're going to be able to crash that wave, take that tower plate, and there's just so much gold. Oh my goodness! Jinx, Super Mega Death Rocket takes out the Kog'Maw. He did not expect that at all. Oh my goodness, what an amazing ult. I feel like Dr. B was kind of super aggressive with that. He was kind of greedy with that. He wanted to take that extra plate, and in the end, he does get murked by that Jinx Rocket. So I feel like they didn't lose too much there. The blue team, especially with that kill from that Jinx, they weren't able to, they didn't lose that much. They were able to kind of mitigate their losses here. First hero M just going straight in with that ultimate. Ult is going to be used in the top lane. So a lot of action going on. Another fight here in the bot lane. That Janna is going to be hit by the root. She is running for the hills, but Yone is there to seal her fate. Scuttlefish is not able to escape. As we're looking towards mid. And that Vigar is 0-3. Kayn doesn't have his form yet. But that is just not good. Oh my goodness, Phoenix Shot! You missed your Q! Is not going to be able to knock up anybody. And the Kayn is able to... Oh my god, we're just whipping all of our abilities, I guess. But he's going to get stunned from the cage. He's going to have to go golden here. I don't think he has any tools to escape. Yeah, he doesn't have that flash. He's not able to escape that. That's just going to be an easy kill over to the red side. So yeah, they have a lot of that early game power. The only way that I see this game winning for the blue team is if they just build full tank. They build full tank and they peel the freak out of that Jinx. So they need to peel for her. She has to play safe for now, as now the first tower is going to go down in favor of the red side. That is their only win condition here. Here in the top lane, it's an island. They're kind of just like throwing hands at each other. They're gonna chunk each other out here. So drag is coming up in a few seconds. It is gonna be coming. It is live right now. Rift Herald is also gonna be up in 3 minutes. So they do. So the blue team, they kind of have this window where they can kind of just relax, farm a bit, and kind of wait for bigger objectives. And Moonsawn is going to have to use. Scuttlefish just goes down for no reason. She just dies there. And now the Jinx is going to be taken out as well. The lane swap is happening. And now Vigar is going to walk down in the bot lane. But it looks like they can probably just take him out too. But it looks like it's not looking good for the blue team here. They are going to lose out on that dragon again. As Sejuani is on the top side. That Malphite isn't base, so that Yone is just getting plates on plates on plates. He is just getting more and more fed as we speak. He is 4-1-6. He has a 150 gold bounty. And as you can see, he is building the Phage, so he is going for the Hullbreaker second. As, oh my god, a flash in. Aggressive flash, but he's going to be able to shield there. And now Red Form is going to be able to knock him up on that Kayn. That says that, Vigar is going to be taken out. Ult is still up for that Kayn as that set is just tanking the tower shots. Nobody's going to go down quite yet. And now Flash is going to go in for Dr. B and they're just missing every single skill shot. He's just going to be taken out. Phoenix shot at 1 HP. Everything is just, everyone's pressing their buttons. There's so many things going on. Jinx is going to be able to knock up. That set is 1 HP. He can't do anything. But it looks like at the end of the day, the red team still wins out in that trade. They're just losing so much, especially because that Malphite had to be there. Look at the top lane. The top lane's tower is gone. That's 2 whole towers going over to that Yone. Like I said in the draft, I feel like that Yone is going to be a menace. And lo and behold, he's 5-1-6. Already has Kraken Slayer, is itemizing toward that Hullbreaker, which he is going to be able to finish at 15 minutes. That Yone has 2 items at 15 minutes with his boots. So I can't imagine a world where the blue team are able to find the win here. It's just, look at the river as well. The river map, they just have so much vision set up in that river. The red team, that they really can't do much, and I feel like the blue team are just solo dying for almost no reason. They died when that Chemtech Drake was up. I feel like that Scuttlefish's positioning was way too aggressive there. They shouldn't be in that position, but now the Rift Herald is going to be up in 35 seconds. As that Yone is just doing numbers on their towers. He is out-macroing them so insanely hard. Those are 3 towers that Yone was able to take by himself. That is just so much gold. He is going to be able to take the Krugs as well. Hullbreaker is finished, so if they do try to ever fight him, the odds will be in that Yone's favor. He also has a 3-level advantage. He is gonna go engage. Is gonna find both of them into the ult. Moonsawn is gonna be used, and it is gonna make them both survive, but barely at both at 1 HP. They are gonna have to use that flash to get out of there. Scuttlefish was able to hold on to hers, but that Moonsawn was able to kind of keep them alive there. If they did lose their life, if they did die there, that would have been so bad for them because that Yone would have just been able to get another kill. And now Sejuani is just also going to solo die here in her own jungle. That's just how much pressure the red team are able to build. They have an 8k gold lead. Almost 10k now. And now they are just marching towards their nexus. There's nothing that this blue team can do. 17 minutes, they are going to secure that Rift Herald. And man, I just don't see a world where this blue team can come back. They're going to have a miracle happen. They're going to have like an insane Baron steal. I don't even think we're going to see Elder this game. But even if they do steal that Baron, I don't think they'll be able to end the game. They'll probably get like 1 or 2 towers here, as the red team is just so insanely ahead. And that Kog'Maw is building AP, and he's been doing numbers as well. I mean, the Jinx Janna bot lane, I thought that it was pretty. Oh my goodness! As we hear, Haymaker is going to be used. TP as well. Ultimate onto that set. He's going to be taken out. That unstoppable force stops that set, as FaZe X Wizard is going to be able to TP there and kind of just finish them off, taking no damage at all. Is that champion balanced? I don't think so. So because that set died there, that Yone was able to utilize the extra stats from that hull breaker. If that was intentional, props to you, man. That was such an insane play. And now, look at him. He's just taking tower on tower. It's 4 towers to none. And it's kind of just a slaughterhouse. It's almost embarrassing how badly the red team are just dissecting them. Another kill in the bot lane from that Kayn. Not good, as the Cloud Drake is going to be up. It is going to be Cloud Soul. I feel like that would be pretty valuable for pretty much everyone on the team. Because they're just going to be able to chase them down, as 2 members are converging onto FaZe X Wizard. That Yone, that damage is just insane. And now the dragon is going to be secured for the red team, as Dr. B and FaZe X Wizard are going to push out that top lane. Ghost is going to be popped for Forced Hero M. They are looking to kill that Sejuani. Kidnap is going to take her away. And oh my goodness, an amazing Moonson ult. That ult was insane. He's able to save them once again after the near the verge of death. Those Janna ults have been so insanely good. So now they kind of just have to... I don't know what the blue team can do here. You know, like, I feel like that Kayn is going to be hit by that Glacial Prison, but First Hero M does not have ult, but is in the area, as now Fate Sealed is not going to find anyone. Huge, no W damage. Oh my goodness, I feel like that W actually did nothing, but it looks like nobody's going to lose their life quite just yet. But Ghost is going to be popped. Oh my god, a double knock-up? It's going to find that Sejuani. Malphite soon to follow. And now that Swain is converging onto them, he's going to be able to pop that ultimate and just chase them down. Taking away that Janna is, as the set once again is just tanking tower shots on tower shots. Showstopper, Haymaker is going to be able to give him that big shield. And now Shelly is just attacking their base. Are we gonna get a dancing Shelly here? I'm gonna be really happy if we do get a dancing Shelly here. No, Shelly died, as Phoenix Shot is gonna find nobody is gonna get ulted. The Showstopper. It looks like an absolute massacre here. FaZe X Wizard just popping off. He's gonna get stuns. For some reason, he still has the Hullbreaker buff. Fades away though, as Malphite is gonna be able to take him away. Oh no, that was a Vigar actually. That Malphite fell. They lost 1 for 3 there. That Yone had so much value in that game. So now they are down 8 towers, the blue team, and Baron is up. I do believe that the red team kind of just reset and take that Baron there. I mean, the path is clear. There's nothing that the blue team can do unless this Jinx starts, you know, ultra farming and getting like what 300 farm right now. I don't think it's winnable for the blue team. But if there is a will, there is a way, as the super minion wave is going to come in. So maybe this might be a chance for that Jinx to farm up, get more items. But look at the red team. They just have so much control over that river. They have so much control even on the enemy jungle, where they can kind of just bully them. And if they want to take their own camps, they can just get killed here. And it looks like it's just going to be an easy Baron for the red team, I do think that they want to close it out. They don't do much damage without that Yone here. But they actually do it pretty fast. And nobody's going to be able to contest. We can see that Malphite is in the mid lane. That Sejuani is in the river. She's just preparing for the next Drake, which is up in a minute. And so much value from that Yone. He does finish IE. IE is finished. And they're going to... It looks like they want to end the game through top. Fate Sealed is perfectly timed. Zhonya's is going to go off, but he's just going to die there. No reason, just delaying your death for that Zhonya's. They do have that insane pushing power from that Baron buff. And it looks like the red team just want to end the game right here and right now. Giving that super minion a Baron buff. Yeah, what a slaughter from the red team onto the blue team here. As ult is going to be popped, Moonson not going to be able to save anyone, not going to be able to save herself. Haymaker was used, is not able to get that shield as FaZe Dex Wizard is taking damage from that Jinx. And both towers are destroyed. It looks like they're just going to end the game here. They're going to end the game here 13-34 in such dominant fashion. So props to that red team for that first game victory. We are going to be going into game 2. This is a best of 5, but if they do go 1-1, next game wins. But in such a fashion that they beat them, I don't think we're going to be seeing that game 5. Okay, so I think that was a fearless draft. We are back. It is a fearless draft as they are banning the champions that they played last game. Um, yeah, so Trundle is going to be locked in. Oh my goodness. Listen, that champion has been destroying solo queue. Trundle with that Triforce has so much split pushing ability. I feel like that's what they're going to want to do again. The Scuttle Crab team, because listen, that's what they were able to win off of. That Yone had so much value pushing in those towers. I think he took like 3 towers by himself, almost by 20 minutes. As Aphelios is going to be hovered. It is a solid pick, but it's not really reliable. Especially if he doesn't have that insane amount of peel. Jax is actually going to be prioritized over their mid lane or their jungler. He could be a flex pick. It could be comfort for jungle as well. And now onto the side of Scuttle. Um, I like what these comps are kind of cooking up. Doctor Mundo, okay. So I think it's a Doctor Mundo top lane with Trundle jungle, and yeah. Actually, I expected that Trundle to be played in the top lane simply because he's just been destroying solo queue. As Senna is going to be their final pick. That Senna, once she gets her souls up, she is so OP. We did see that pick in Worlds, especially paired with the Tom Kench. I wouldn't be surprised if I do see the Tom Kench in this game. Like I said, there are no bans, so it could be a possible pick unless the red team wants to take it away. Um, yeah, so they are gonna go Karma. This is a good Ezreal angle for them, I feel like. Just to poke out that Senna from taking those souls. That Karma Ezreal bot lane is kind of like pretty oppressive, especially in the laning phase. And yeah, just the bans are gonna be the same champions from last game, but as we are looking here, I feel like these comps aren't really formed up yet. So I can't really say much about the matchup because all these picks can be flexed pretty much anywhere except for that Aphelios. Well, not anywhere, but they could be flexed into one or more positions, like Jax and that Trundle on the other side. Also Doctor Mundo on the other side as well. Oh wait, I just backtracked on what I said. We already locked in our ADC, so it is gonna be Aphelios Karma. My fault. I did see that Karma pick, and immediately the one thing that came to my head was that Ezreal because that is just such an iconic duo we have. But it is going to be that Karma Aphelios. I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to be able to do that because I feel like with Aphelios he does need a lot of peel. Karma does offer that with her shield and her movement speed buff, and also just does an insane amount of damage. But it looks like they're locking in their jungle. I feel like that Jax isn't going to be able to offer much peel except for the counter strike for that Aphelios. So they're gonna have to pick like some kind of facilitator mid lane, in my opinion. Like we could see a Lissandra, we could see an Azir. I feel like a Nico would be a great pick as well. But Lily is gonna be locked in for the red team. Um, that champion is just so insanely fast, does a lot of damage. But not a lot of utility except for her ultimate. But then again, that Aphelios is gonna be their president there. And Brandon is going to be Howard. Interesting. So I think it's going to be a Brand Senna bot lane. So no Tom Kench this game. Um, yeah. So as I was saying, for the red side, they're gonna have to protect that Aphelios like insanely hard because he has zero mobility unless he goes Gale Force or unless he goes Ghost. He doesn't really have a lot of options to kind of get out of there. So Akali is gonna be that pick. Is gonna be the final pick for the Scuttle Crabs. A classic pick. Oh, the Akali into the Azir. Wow. They actually, I think they might be watching the stream here because I did predict that the Azir would be a good pick here. Um, Especially because of that, the Emperor's Divide just offers so much aggressively or defensively, and it looks like that's going to be their last pick. So it is going to be the Akali versus the Azir mid lane, and wow, all right. Um, can't wait to see what these matchups are. I'm actually pretty surprised. I didn't see an Aatrox. I did not see an Aatrox in this game, and Aatrox is has been destroying. If anyone watched Worlds, Aatrox, Cassante, those top laners weren't utilized at all. But we did have that Jax. Jax was present in Worlds. I did want to see kind of a Renekton, an Aatrox Renekton matchup in the top lane. But yeah, it looks like now they are finishing up the draft, and yeah, we will have a little break, and we will see you guys in a few minutes.